Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, now we are going to start with a reading test. This is academic reading test from the latest IELTS book. Those who are gender training IELTS candidates, how many of you are gender training? Gender training will get these passages in part 3. So we are going to solve 3 long passages, and in gender training reading section 3 is the toughest one. So the way we are going to solve this test, it is going to help gender training students as well, number 1. Number 2, after solving academic reading test, when gender training candidates are going to solve gender training reading, they will say, thank God. It's not as complicated as academic reading. And those who are academic IELTS candidates, for you we have 3 long passages, 1 hour time to answer all the questions. And the question type in academic IELTS and in gender training IELTS, that is same. True, false, not given, sentence completion, which paragraph contains, yes, no, not given, multiple choice, list of headings, everything is same. The difference is only in the passages. In gender training part 1, there are 2 short passages. Academic part 1, 1 long passage. Gender training part 2, 2 short passages. Academic part 2, 1 long passage. Gender training part 3, 1 long passage. Academic part 3, 1 long passage. Okay, so it's like this. Now, alright, whenever you start your reading, it's a good idea to read the title of the passage. And the title is How Tennis Rackets Have Changed. So this passage is all about tennis rackets. You may have seen tennis, lawn tennis, or maybe the other table tennis, we don't know. So how tennis rackets have changed over time, this is a research-based article on that. How they were in the past and how they changed. So we have a long passage here. After reading the title, you will come to questions. Questions 1 to 7, true, false, not given. Then we have questions 8 to 13, that is 1 word only. Now both question types are type A. You have the handouts? लंगर पे भी अगर आप बोले ना तो आपको चावल नहीं देते, आप बोलते हैं तो चावल देते हैं वो. Okay? Alright. So, true, false, not given and sentence completion, both are type A. Type A means questions and answers in the passage, they will be in order. First you will find one answer, then you read on, you will find next answer and all that. Okay. Now, it's a good idea to start from questions 8 to 13 first, because it's 1 word only. Very simple, very straightforward. You will find that word from the passage. After that, you can come to true, false, not given. And true, false, not given is also simple. In the passage, they are in order. In the passage, there will be 1 sentence which will tell you whether the answer should be true, false, or not given. For 8 to 13, there will be 1 sentence that will give you the answer. So you don't have to read a lot. There are total 13 questions. It means you have to read 13 sentences in the passage, and that's it. So you're not supposed to read all the passage. You will only read 13 sentences in the passage and you will find the answer. Now those 13 sentences, finding them, locating them, reading them carefully, that's the real game. Let's get started. Questions 8 to 13. Choose 1 word only. Write your answers in boxes 8 to 13. Tennis racket and how it changed. Question number 8. You have to be with me. Don't try to solve this test on your own. For that, tomorrow we have a mock test. In the mock test, you will solve this test on your own. I notice one thing, as I am giving the tips, students are solving on their own. Then they don't learn from me. If you solve it on your own, I am reading the question and you are searching the answer, then you will not learn anything from me. Then you're doing it on your own. So it's a good idea to solve the test with me. Now, Mike and Bob Bryan, these are our clue words. First, we go back to the passage and we look for Mike and Bob Bryan. Mike and Bob Bryan. Very good. We've got this 3rd paragraph and we have the word Mike and Bob Bryan. Now, it means this is the location where we will have the answers. So the first important part is to locate the paragraph which contains the answer. Once you have located the paragraph, now we read the question. So please come to question number 8. Mike and Bob Bryan made changes to the types of dash, underline types of used on their racket frames. Now something used on their racket frame, they changed the types of that. So the synonym of types will bring you the answer. Answer will be given right after that. Everybody please come to third paragraph, fourth last line. They explain. Found it? And then they talked about this Mike Bryan and all that. Mike and Bob Bryan. And okay, I'm reading it from there. Fifth last line. All our rackets. Found it? Yes. Okay, so please follow me. Third paragraph, fifth last line. All our rackets are sent from our manufacturer to Tampa, Florida, where our frames go through a thorough customization process. They explain how they have adjusted not only racket's length, but even experimented with different kinds of paint. Now, different kinds of, and the synonym is types of. So keep it in your mind, types of and kinds of, they are synonyms, and the right answer is paint. Kinds of, types of. Okay, so answer is paint. All right. They also use the word types of, kinds of, sorts of, and I have seen this in IELTS many times, in listening, in reading, everywhere. Question number 9, players were not allowed to use the spaghetti strung. Now, we don't know what spaghetti strung is, but we know what spaghetti is. So, players were not allowed to use the spaghetti strung racket because of the amount of dash it created. Underline the word amount of. And it created. It means racket. Amount of dash it created. Now, please come back. Amount of dash it created. Come to next paragraph. Look for the word spaghetti. Yes, second paragraph, second page, first paragraph, second line. Second page, first paragraph, second line. So they say, Werner Fischer started playing with the so-called spaghetti strung racket. It created a string bed that generated so much topspin. So much topspin means amount of topspin. Answer is topspin. Now, even if you don't know the meaning of topspin, doesn't matter, you have found the answer. Okay, it's their terminology which is used for rackets and all that. So correct answer is topspin, and topspin will be written together as one word. In Joyland, Lahore, there is a ride which is called topspin. It moves like this and all that. Question number 10, changes to rackets can be regarded as being as important as players' diets or the dash they do. What do they mean by they? Players. So one is players' diet. Now answer will come with players' diet. And remember, questions and answers are in order. So same paragraph after topspin, second last line. Second page, first paragraph, second last line. However, within a decade or two, racket modification became a regularity. Today, it is in many ways an aspect of the game that is equal in significance to nutrition or training. Now, for nutrition, they have used the word diet. And answer is excellent. Answer is training. For question number 10, correct answer is training. Question number 11. All rackets used to have natural strings made from the dash of animals. Answer is going to be a part of animal body. Maybe skin of animals or anything like that. And for animals, they may use the word cows, buffaloes and all that. So same paragraph. Excuse me, don't whisper. Don't read it like this. In actual exam, they don't allow this. So you have to read with your mouth shut. If you read it loudly, in actual exam, they will give you a warning. If you don't stop, they will cancel your test. So this is a bad habit. In actual exam, you have to read like this. Got it? Like this. Not like this, okay? You have to be, I'm telling you, this is dangerous for actual exam. If you develop it as a habit, then in actual exam, if you have to read it with your mouth shut, you will not be able to read there. So you have to read it with your mouth shut. Tongue will not move. Only eyes will read. Yes. Okay, now let's go on. We've got this question. So we are going to look for animals. Look for the word animals, sheep, cow, and all that. Second page, third paragraph, I'm reading it from first line. At one time, all tennis rackets were strung with natural gut made from the outer layer of sheep or cow intestine. Now we have two answers. One is gut and second is intestine. So you may write any of them. Okay, gut is correct answer. Intestine is also correct answer. But I think to me, the main answer is this intestine. They mentioned sheep or cow intestine. So sheep or cow, for that they use the word all rackets made to have used to have natural string made from the intestine of animals. For animals they use the word sheep or cow. Correct answer is intestine, but if you use the word gut they will accept it as well. And intestines should be written as plural word because in the passage it is plural. Okay, that's right. All right, let's go on. Pete Sampras. Now we will look for the word Pete Sampras. Come back. Look for the word Pete Sampras. Yes, third last paragraph, and we have the word Pete Sampras. Found it? Now this is the location. Now we read the question. First you need to find the location and then you have to read the question. So, Pete Sampras had metal dash put into the frames of his racket. Metal what? We will see something made of metal. So please come back. I'm reading third last paragraph, second last line. Everybody, second page, third last paragraph, second last line. Pete Sampras was attributed to the addition of 4 or 5 lead weights onto his rackets, and today many professionals have the weight adjusted during the manufacturing process. So, to the addition of 4 or 5 lead weights. Now, what is lead? Lead is a metal, exactly. So, what is the answer? Weights, well done. Lead, we read it as lead. It's not lead. One is lead. Lead is a verb. This is lead. Lead is metal. Question number 13, Gonzalo Olivier. Now, let's look for Gonzalo Olivier. Second last paragraph. Second last line, we have the word Gonzalo Olivier. Found it? Now this is the location. So we read the question. Gonzalo Olivier changed the dash on his racket handles. He changed something on his racket handles. So we read Gonzalo Olivier replaced. What do they mean by replaced? Changed the original grips of his rackets. What did he change? Grips. Now answer is grips or original grips? Grips. Well done. Correct answer for question number 13 is grips. Okay, now we go on and we have true, false, not given. So the way I'm solving this test, you have to solve it the same way. That's important. True, false, not given. In true, false, not given, you will read and understand the question and you have to find a point, a word or a phrase which will decide whether the answer is going to be true, false, or not given. For example, question number 1. People had expected Andy Murray to become the world's top tennis player for at least 5 years before 2016. Now look here. If people had expected Andy Murray to be the world's most top tennis player before 2016, answer is true. If they expected after 2016, answer is false. And if they don't mention before or after, or if they don't mention whether people expected or not, answer will be not given. Now we look for the word Andy Murray 2016. Well done. First paragraph, first line. In 2016, British professional tennis player Andy Murray was ranked as the world's number 1. It was an incredible achievement by any standard, made even more remarkable by the fact that he did this during a period considered to be one of the strongest in the sport's history. Competing against the likes of Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic, it's a Russian name, to name just a few. Yet 5 years previously, he had been regarded as a talented outsider who entered but never won. 5 years previously, before 2016, 5 years previously, what does it mean? Before 2016, what was he regarded? He had been regarded as a talented outsider. Talented outsider means who is talented but he does not play well. Who entered but never won. Entered but never won. But never won major tournaments. So people expected him to win. What is the question? People had expected Andy Murray to become the world's top tennis player. People did not expect that. What people were expecting, that is, they regarded as a talented outsider who entered but never won major tournaments. So answer will be false. Right? Why false? Because in the passage, they say people regarded him as the talented outsider who entered but never won any tournament. And in the question, they say people expected him to become world's top tennis player. So it is false. Question number 2, change that Andy Murray made to his rackets attracted a lot of attention. Now look here, he changed his racket. If that change attracted a lot of attention, people debated a lot about it, people were attracted to that, people appreciated, answer is true. If it did not attract any attention, it went unnoticed, answer is false. And if they don't tell us whether it attracted a lot of attention or it went unnoticed, answer will be not given. Now we go back, second paragraph, again they talk about Andy Murray. Okay, I'm reading second paragraph, fourth line, third line after full stop. Second paragraph, third line after full stop. Another change was so subtle as to pass more or less unnoticed. Like many players, Murray has long preferred a racket that consists of two types of string, one for the mains and all that. Now they mentioned another change was so subtle as to pass more or less unnoticed. Now that change passed more or less unnoticed. What is the question? The change Andy Murray made his rackets attracted a lot of attention. In the passage they say, in the passage they say actually unnoticed. It went more or less unnoticed. So unnoticed is the opposite of getting a lot of attention. So answer will be false. See that first two answers are false. Don't worry about that. It's not that first answer must be true, second is false. If first and second they are true, false, third will be not given. I have solved some tests where first 4 answers were not given. So it is possible. Okay, don't worry about this thing. Question number 3. Most of the world's top players take a professional racket stringer on tour with them. Now, most of the world's top players, they take a professional racket stringer. A professional racket stringer who is going to string their racket. A person who is going to string their racket on tour with them. Like, some rich people, they take their cooks with them. So, they say world's top players take a professional racket stringer. The person who sets the string of the racket. I mean, it can be badminton racket or tennis racket, lawn tennis racket. Okay, so if they have a professional racket stringer with them, answer is true. If some of them do it, they said most of the world's top players. If not most, some of them do it, answer is false. And if they don't tell us whether most do it or some do it, then answer is not given. So we come back. Third paragraph, there they talk about professionals. Please follow me, title page, third paragraph. Modification that Murray made is just one of a number of options available to players looking to tweak their rackets in order to improve their games. Touring professionals have their rackets customized to their specific needs, says Colin, a UK-based professional racket stringer. Now, have they mentioned that most of the professionals, they take a racket stringer with them whenever they tour? What should be the answer? Answer is not given. And answer is here. Touring professional have their rackets customized. They have their rackets customized, but a professional goes with them. That is not mentioned at all. That is why correct answer is not given. Okay, we go on. Question number 4. Mike and Bob Bryan use rackets that are light in comparison to the majority of rackets. Look here. If Mike and Bob Bryan, they use the rackets, if they were light, answer is true. If they were heavy as compared to other rackets, answer is false. And if they don't mention whether they were light or heavy, answer will be not given. Okay. So second last paragraph, title page, second last paragraph, and I'm going to read it from third last line. They explain how they have adjusted not only racket length, found it? Third paragraph, third last line. Not only racket length, but even experimented with different kinds of paint. The rackets they use now weigh more. The rackets they use now weigh more. What does it mean? They have more weight. What is the question? Yes, exactly. Mike and Bob Bryan use rackets that are light. In the passage, they say they weigh more. Weigh more means they have more weight. So what is the answer? False. Well done. Very good. Question number 5. Werner Fischer played with a spaghetti strung racket that he designed himself. Underline the word he designed himself. If he designed that spaghetti racket himself, answer is true. If it was designed by someone else, answer is false. And if they don't tell us whether the racket was designed by him or someone else, answer is not given. Okay. Now let's go back. Second page, first paragraph, first line. Second page, first paragraph, first line. Racket modifications mainly date back to 1970s when the amateur German tennis player Werner Fischer started playing with the so-called spaghetti strung racket. It created a string bed that generated so much topspin that it was quickly banned to the International Tennis Federation. However, within a decade or two, have they mentioned who designed the racket? Not given, because there is no information about the person who designed that racket. So correct answer for that is not given. Question number 6. Weather can affect how professional players adjust the strings on their racket. For example, if they're playing in rain, if they're playing in sunshine, if they're playing in cloudy weather, summer, winter. So if weather can affect how professional players adjust the strings of their racket, if weather can affect, answer is true. If there is no effect of weather, they will use the word regardless of weather, then answer is false. And if they don't tell us whether because of weather they change the strings or not, then it is not given. Okay. Now please come to second page, second paragraph, second last line. Second page, second paragraph, second last line. We need to look for the word weather, climatic and all that. They will continually change it depending on various factors. Now they will change it. That's the string of their racket. Depending on various factors, including the court service, climatic conditions. What is climatic conditions? Weather. So what is the answer? True. Well done. Climatic conditions is actually weather. So for question number 6, correct answer is true. Weather can affect how professional players adjust the strings of their racket. Question number 7, it was believed that the change Pete Sampras made to his rackets contributed to his strong serve. You know, we use the word service when they are just hitting first time. That is what we call service. So it was believed that the change Pete Sampras made to his rackets contributed to his strong serve. Let's see, it contributed to his strong serve or not. Look for the word serve. Pete Sampras again and the word serve. Third last paragraph. Second page, third last paragraph. Okay, now I'm going to read it from there. Second page, third last paragraph. However, many players go beyond these basic adjustments to the strings and make changes to the racket frame itself. For example, much of the serving power, now that serving power is serve, much of the serving power of US professional player Pete Sampras was attributed to the addition of 4 or 5 lead weights. Come back to the question. It was believed that the change Pete Sampras made, what was the change? 4 or 5 lead weights he added to his racket. So change Pete Sampras made to his rackets contributed to his strong serve, and for that they use the word attributed onto his rackets, and today they use the word, for example, much of the serving power. Now much of the serving power means it contributed to his strong serve. What should be the answer? Answer is true. Well done. That's great.